The barbell deadlift is a complex movement, so after these initial repetitions, we're going to break it down for you into breathing and bracing, bar placement, hip height, pulling the slack out of the bar, and lowering the weight. To breathe, we want to get our rib cage facing our hips, so we use a big exhale to get them to face each other. From here, we brace like we're going to take a punch, and we try and breathe into our belly like we're trying to fill a balloon full of water. This is known as diaphragmatic breathing. Set up in roughly a hip width stance. To individualize, jump on the spot 3 times, and the position you land in on the 3rd rep might be a strong position to start from. However, if you're larger, you may prefer a wider stance. The bar should be roughly over the middle of your foot. Too far away and you'll need to squat down. If the bar is too close, you may be forced to start with your hips too high. From this side view, we can see that when the knees go forward too far and the hips start too low, we have to squat the weight up, bring it around the knees. Conversely, if we start with the hips too high, we can no longer use some quads or some leg drive, and it becomes a stiff leg deadlift. The correct bar placement and hip height will allow a combination of both pulling and pushing through the ground. This will allow you to lift the most weight. Before we lift, we have to pull the slack out of the bar. We do so by squeezing the oranges under our armpits and wedging yourself between the ground and the floor by pulling up on the bar without trying to break it off the floor. The shoulders should be above the hips with the shoulder blades over the bar. Now, while braced and pulling the slack out of the bar, we can drive the ground away. Having lifted the bar, we want to lower it in a vertical bar path. To do so, we have to send the hips back like we're performing an RDL. Then once the bar passes the knees, they can come forwards. Breaking at the knees or pushing them forwards and squatting the weight down will mean the bar has to move around you and not you around the bar.